Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Amarx Games, and today we're talking about mindset. Now, mindset is actually a very important thing that could involve our future. It could involve our decisions we make in our life. It could also impact what type of financial decisions we also make, too. I noticed growing up, there's a lot of stigma in the United States about like if you don't do this, then this will happen, or if you don't achieve this, then you won't be happy. But honestly, I kind of disagree. I feel like our mindset does go a long ways with certain situations, and it can actually make our life a little bit better. Like I've seen some people who were in the most worst situations ever, but they were still some of the most happy people just because they found the positive in some of the smallest things. It's really crazy too because it seems like the way you view your perspective on certain things, it really does affect how you are as an adult when you grow up. Like the best example is I went to a friend's house when I was a kid. He had way nicer stuff than me. He had a really nice computer. He had a really nice a bedroom. He had like a big ass house. He actually had some really good loving parents, but he still wasn't happy and he was still complaining about the next best thing. And basically the grass was greener on the other side. Not only that this happens with like households, but also affects with achievements in life too. Like I know people in high school that were super upset that they got in second place in something, but then there's a kid who got in like last place, but was super happy to get like a participation ribbon, and he actually felt a lot more grateful and happy that he even got achieved something than some people who just achieved something far greater, but their expectations are just way too high. It really does play a key role in your happiness in your life as well. When I worked at my warehouse job too, I noticed that a lot of people were very miserable human beings because they felt like every little thing was just out to get them. They thought this job was bullshit, even though they signed up for it. And they just thought like it was the worst thing ever. But honestly, if you make that mindset always like that, the time will actually go by slower. Things would seem to drag more because you're constantly thinking about the energy of just not liking your job, obviously. Like for me, I didn't hate my job. I didn't like it either, but I was grateful that it was really easy for how much money that was for the paycheck. Because for me, when it comes to work, as long as I'm not physically being torn up and breaking limbs and stuff, like I'm pretty happy for the most part. Like if the work is easy on my body and it's not completely hurting me, I'm pretty satisfied. I just find it kind of ironic too that a lot of these people who did complain about their jobs and had terrible mindsets about life and everything is if they took that energy just complaining about their stuff all the time or just moping around at work and put it towards something that doesn't matter to them, whatever it's like a realistic passion or a goal, or just work really hard to get out of that situation, I feel like their life would be a little bit better. But like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard, but at the end of the day, you will feel a lot more satisfied since you actually achieve something. Because a lot of these people who think this way probably have not achieved something like that since they were kids and probably in school. And the biggest two thing that grinds my gears is that when people pull like a race card on every little thing, like I understand your history and I'm sorry that what has happened to your ancestors and everything. Like I am genuinely sorry. But it is not my fault that I was born this certain way or certain skin color, and you shouldn't be treating anyone else any differently or looking at other people differently just because of skin color, you know? Like, it's so messed up, man, because I'm a very positive guy. I really don't judge anyone for how they look at all. I don't really care. I just care about them as a person. If they're being a piece of shit and pulling like race cards and shit, or not even just that, they're just making a little bit of excuses as them as their personality and how they are, then yeah, of course I'm going to be like, yeah, this is not a very good human being, especially if they're making really bad decisions like breaking the law and everything. Like, I know everyone's not perfect, but holy crap, if they're continuously not learning for their lessons, then yes, I'm definitely not going to be very happy with them. I probably ruffled some feathers making that statement, but honestly, I just don't really care. People do take life for granted too. Like, yes, we have our own struggles, we have our own like insecurities and our own problems. But at the end of the day, guys, just be grateful that we're still alive, and even if we're in our 20s or even older, because there's some people who die very young, unexpectedly, and people just take it for granted, man. And it's really sad too, because it is kind of crazy how as you get older, you get more grateful for just being alive. It's actually a wonderful thing if you can achieve that feeling. Don't ever think of the impossible either. Like, yes, sometimes there's going to be a lot of obstacles to get through life and a lot of work sometimes, but at the end of the day, dude, there is a light at the end of the tunnel and you will feel better for it. So please trust me. You should definitely just never give up on life and just put the best effort and the best of your ability as you can. Life is already hard as it is. Don't make it even harder by having a terrible mindset because it'll just make you unhappy and you just be a miserable human being. And most people don't want to be like that. I will say this too. Changing your mindset is possible. It's very hard to do at first, but within practice and repetition and just within execution too of just trying, it does make a difference. It has helped me in the past because I remember when I was younger, I was actually extremely insecure about talking. Like I have, if I could find an old clip, I used to struggle really bad with talking to people I don't know really well, very well. And I remember I used to think that people think I'm weird or I'm stupid or I'm dumb or just, just whatever, right? Because as a kid, we just overthink every little thing. But also, I realized as I got older that it's really easy to talk to people by just showing like a good demeanor and everything. Like if you show you have good intentions, you have a good mindset, and you have a great attitude towards anything, a lot of people are going to read that, and most of those people are going to appreciate you. Yes, there's going to be some shitheads too that will try to use that as a weakness, but don't let that as a weakness. You got to find that balance of being nice, but also not being walked all over, if that makes sense. It was a hard thing for me to learn for a long time, but it definitely does help. And when I started making some YouTube videos on my old channels a long time ago, that's when I realized that I can achieve something because I remember looking at the numbers and views and being overwhelmed about the pressure of trying to achieve those type of views. But I realized that YouTube is not a fucking destination. It is a journey, a continuous journey. It does not end and it always keeps going. The only way for it to end is if you stop. So therefore, when I realized that I could get 1,000 views just by just doing whatever I want to do, I realized, damn, I really can achieve anything if I put my mind to it. And it really did help. And it wasn't easy, but shit, it really did feel really good and it paid off. To anyone who struggles with having a good mindset, guys, if you guys are willing to change, have an open mind a little bit, but just try. That's all I'm going to say. Just try to change your mindset. Say positive things to yourself. Think really positively if you can. If you think of something negative, put something positive behind it to kind of bounce back, to kind of help you feel like there's hope, because some people feel absolutely hopeless and they just don't want to get better too. And it's really sad because I don't want to see people drown in their misery. Don't make excuses with yourself. Just take the execution and just go with the flow, whatever you want to apply in life, because trust me, it's amazing. Take back your life with a good mindset, and remember, always put yourself first if you need to in order for you to stay mentally healthy. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you guys enjoy my gameplay of Call of Duty World at War Zombies. I haven't played this one in forever. Like, I played it a few months ago for Deriz on one of my Call of Duty H2M mod rant video, but I haven't actually sat back and just enjoyed the original Notcher on Toten at World at War in a long time. And I had the ray gun, but I lost it at round 10. Shit fucking sucked, but hey, it's whatever. It is what it is. But with a good mindset, all I can say is I'll get them next time. Y'all take care and have a good one.